Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new live stream. Today we are going to talk about Bitcoin. It's going to be interesting. But before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time we do this. Okay. Here with me is the Mysterious Voice. How are you, Mysterious Voice?
I'm good.
You ready for today's topic?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bitcoin. This is something trendy, really trendy. What have you heard of it?
Well, I know it's worth a lot of money. I know it's bad for the environment. It's ruined the PC building market for graphics cards.
I know, it's crazy. Well, let's start from the beginning. Okay, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, one of many. Mm-hmm. But I think that Bitcoin was the first one.
It was the first one to go big.
Big.
Yeah.
Do you know any other before Bitcoin?
I don't know. I was reading about it a few days ago. I don't remember the name of them, but there was like a couple of other ones that didn't really like have the impact of Bitcoin on the world.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you know the names?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, well, Bitcoin was invented in 2008.
Yeah.
So how long is that? I feel old every time we start talking about years. I'm like, oh my God, 2008. It doesn't seem like
it's like 12,
too long ago.
13 years ago.
13?
Something like that.
Oh my 12, goodness. 13? I feel old already. But yes, this was created in 2008 by an unknown person or group of people. That's a theory that maybe a group of people came up with the idea and not only one person. The interesting thing is that the author of this, or the creator of Bitcoin, there's a name. There's actually a name, and that is Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, it sounds kind of cool, the name.
Yeah.
But so far, nobody knows who Satoshi is. There is no any information about this person. So that's why there are some theories that say maybe it's one person, maybe it's a group of people. So who knows? Nobody knows. So another thing really quickly that I want to say, we will talk about the history in a few more minutes, from the beginning up to now. But another interesting thing about Bitcoin is that this currency, well, before we move on, can you explain what a cryptocurrency is? Because a lot of people don't know what that is.
It's just digital money that doesn't really have like a centralized location like a bank. So it just goes from person. It's just person to person kind of money.
Right.
It's not traceable and blah, blah, blah.
It's not tangible either.
Yeah.
It's everything on the internet or whatever code that they came up with, right? Okay, so this currency or cryptocurrency began, the people started using this, or the beginning of this was in 2009. So the creation was, or the invention was done in 2008, and in 2009 was released as an open source software, because it gets really technical when people talk about Bitcoin, but essentially it's a super complex coding and software and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, as you said before, Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency. And that means that there's no bank, a central bank, or a single administrator that can be sent Bitcoins can be sent from user to another user on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for intermediaries.
Yeah.
Intermediaries. Sorry, my English sometimes is not that good. But yeah, it's interesting, right? I like the concept of it, but I think we are doing this very like it's the beginning of something,
Yeah.
you know, and it has its pros and cons, I would say. But transactions are verified by network nodes. So that's the term, network nodes, through cryptography. Wow, that's another term. Do you know what that means, cryptography?
Not off the top of my head.
And recorded in a public distributed ledger called a blockchain. Okay, so that's the cool thing about that too, that all transactions are public pretty much. They don't see the who did that, but they can see the transactions, the information.
The amount.
Not the personal information. Yeah. So whereas banks, they don't let you see that, right?
Yeah.
And governments either, right? Because governments can print money.
Yeah.
But that decreases the value of the currency.
The currency, yes.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Now, talking about printing, well, bills, paper money can be printed, right? But how can Bitcoin be created? How can it be created? So Bitcoins are created as a reward for a process known as mining. And do you know what mining is? This is a very common term.
Not off the top of my head, no. Like not the exact.
Well, you said
I know the gist of it, but I don't know how it works.
Yeah, well, that's when you said that it's not good for the environment.
Yeah,
that's because
it uses a lot of electricity, a lot of power.
Well, that's mining, right? It's a process of mining, and also with video cards. You said that's crazy. That's crazy how like people buy in bulk pretty much video cards, and they use them for mining. Yeah. Right. I remember not long ago you wanted a video card and it was way more expensive.
Well, no, the one that I wanted to get originally was sold out like within half a second because of like miners using bots to get the cards as soon as they were available. But then the one I ended up getting instead like tripled in price since I bought it.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy. That's very crazy. So let's talk about what people that mine or they do the mining, what they get. So they get, they can be exchanged. They can get Bitcoin. I don't remember how much before it was 10 Bitcoin, like long time ago. I think it was 10 Bitcoin or
I don't know.
Or more. I'm not sure nowadays. I don't know if it's like 6. I'm not completely sure, but if you mine, because what happens is that without getting technical, they create bitcoins just by generating lines of codes. Code, and then it's like they have complex math. I don't know, like really complex math, and then that's how they get Bitcoin. But it's a very complex process, and it takes, I think, 6 hours to get one Bitcoin. I believe so. We might talk about mining in a few more seconds, although it's very, very difficult to explain. But essentially, you need a computer, you need a lot of power, and it's a lot of code, and that's how you mine. You mine Bitcoin. Okay. So research. Okay. Okay, bitcoins, if you are mining bitcoins, they can be exchanged for other currencies, products, and services. But the real world value of the coins is extremely volatile. Okay, so we're talking about Bitcoin and how the value of it is very volatile.
Yeah, so
It can go up and down really fast. Research produced by the University of Cambridge estimated that in 2017 or 2017, there were 2.9 to 5.8 million unique users using a cryptocurrency wallet, most of them using Bitcoin. So that was in 2017, not long ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Between almost 3 million to almost 6 million unique users using cryptocurrency wallets. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think is the reason that this is so appealing to other people?
Well, I know for a long time the place where it was used most was like the black market, like online. So
that was
criminals and
almost
stuff
from the
like
beginning.
that, yeah.
But besides that, because I know it's not regulated, so it's people can use it for the wrong reason.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons is people just don't want to deal with banks and like
because it's
regulation
crazy.
and stuff like
It's crazy
that.
how banks charge
banks
for everything.
Yeah,
Their
banks
fees,
are a predatory
interests.
system.
Yeah, so every time you use your credit card, you get charged.
Yeah, like the way it works is you're basically paying them to use your money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So it's very crazy because on top of you giving them money, you still have to give them more money to hold your money or to use it, pretty much.
They don't even, it's not that they just hold your money, they use your money.
Well, they invest it, yeah.
They invest it, but that's still, if the market happens to crash really, really badly, they can lose your money. And, and you can't do anything about it because when you sign up with them, you're basically giving them permission to use your money.
Or even if the government prints more money, like in some countries, when they start printing more and more, then the valuation starts.
Yeah.
And you can have, I don't know, like not value with your money. It's crazy. And loans as well. Loans are like, they have interest as well, and you pay interests on interest.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It can get very, very expensive. Bitcoin doesn't do that, but there's cons as well. Like it's very, very unstable, right? It can go up and down, up and down, up and down. Right now, I don't even know how much it is. Like, I think it was 30,000.
Last I checked, it was like 50-something thousand.
50,000?
Like 51 or something like that.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, a lot of people like the concept because ideologies such as commitment to anarchism, also the decentralization and libertarianism, convenience, using the currency as an investment, and I don't know, like there's a lot of good reasons why this is a good idea, but it's scary as well. I think it's very scary. Yeah. So well, I'm pretty sure governments want to regulate this already in order to tax, which that would change the concept.
That would defeat the purpose of it, yeah.
Yeah, completely. And that's because they want to make it easier for them to trade Bitcoin for other reasons. I don't know, like I think that Bitcoin can be used everywhere if there is some sort of regulation. I know that I think in China they don't allow. They you can't use bitcoins. You can't. I was reading that it's not allowed to use bitcoins there. So there's a lot of places that still don't want to get bitcoins, right?
Yeah.
But I think PayPal you can use bitcoins there for transactions and stuff. Tesla.
Well, you can't.
well.
You used to be able to with
I
Tesla.
think
You
Tesla.
can't anymore.
Not anymore?
No.
What happened?
He decided to
Too risky?
remove it because of the environmental impact, but in reality, he's just trying to pump up the value of Doggy or whatever it's called, because that's the one that he's trying to milk people out of money with.
Oh. Well, anyways, to me that's crazy. That's very crazy. I don't know if this is gonna keep on going. I don't know if at some point Bitcoin is gonna disappear. I don't know if it's gonna become bigger. Who knows? Nobody knows. But it's crazy. I don't know what to think about this. I like the concept, but I think it's too risky. And at some point, I'm sure it's gonna get regulated.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows by who? But yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the creation a little bit more about the creation, because we said that you having fun with your drink.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We were talking about Satoshi Nakamoto only, but let's talk a little bit more about the creation of this. So the domain name bitcoin.org was registered on August 18th, 2008. Yeah, in 2008. On October 31st, 2008, a link to a paper authored by Satoshi Nakamoto titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, was posted to a cryptography mailing list. Nakamoto implemented the Bitcoin software as open source code and released it in January 2009. Nakamoto's identity still remains unknown. Nobody knows. It's crazy. I wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that he also, had some sort of paper, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. And he pretty much explained what he wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
And on January 3rd, 2009, the Bitcoin network was created when Nakamoto mined the starting block of the chain, known as the Genesis block. Yeah, pretty. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Then the name makes sense. Embedded in the coin base of this block was the text, the times, 03 January 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. And that's a long phrase, but this note references a headline published by The Times and has been interpreted as both a timestamp and a comment on the instability caused by fractional reserve banking. Wow. So it's interesting that he did that, the Genesis block, and it's just code. It's just code, very complex mathematical equations and stuff. But yeah, that's why nobody can be like, oh, I'm gonna change from one Bitcoin to like a million.
Yeah.
Right? So you need some sort of complex coding So nobody else can replicate that. Okay, so that's quite interesting. There's something really interesting. The receiver, the person who got the first Bitcoin transaction, was someone called Hal Finney. Okay, and who had created the first reusable proof of work system in 2004. Finney downloaded the Bitcoin software on its release date, and on January 12, 2009, received 10 Bitcoins from Nakamoto. That sounds like it's something that happened if you use the software.
Yeah. Or
right?
maybe because he was the first one to use it, he was the first one to get the...
Maybe. Now, something very interesting is that in 2010, the first known commercial transaction using Bitcoin occurred when the programmer Laszlo, I'm going to butcher the last name, Hanieks, sorry for butchering that, bought 2 Papa John's pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin.
Jeez.
That right now would be
some
a
expensive
lot
pizza.
of money. A lot of money. Papa John's. And I think he posted on the forum who would sell me, I don't know if he said exactly pizzas or some food or something, but he posted, I can pay, I don't know if he said 10,000 or I just want to buy something with Bitcoin pretty much. And someone else, I guess someone said, yep, Papa John's pizzas.
That's funny. That's a really expensive pizza today.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so blockchain analysts estimate that Nakamoto had mined about 1 million Bitcoins before disappearing in 2010, when he handed the network alert key and control of the code to the code repository over to Gavin Anderson. Okay, so then he became the lead developer at the Bitcoin Foundation, and I don't know, like he was the one after Nakamoto. And I don't know if he probably doesn't know who Nakamoto is either, because they probably did it remotely.
Probably. Yeah, more than likely.
So in 2011, the price of a Bitcoin started at 30 cents. And then it grew on that same year to $5.27 cents. Why did I say seconds? Then in 2013, prices started at $13, around $13, and then rising to $770 by January 2014.
I wonder what happened there to drive the price like that.
Well, there's a lot of events that can happen, and it's hard to tell. Then the U.S. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, the FinCEN, that's the abbreviation, established regulatory guidelines to decentralized virtual currencies, such as Bitcoin, classifying American Bitcoin miners who sell their generated Bitcoins as money services businesses, MSBS, that are subject to registration or other legal obligations. So essentially, they got regulated.
They're trying to regulate it, yeah.
And I believe they did. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then prices started at $998 in 2017. So now we jumped from $770 in 2014 to $998, almost $1,000 in 2017, and then rose to I can't believe this, 13,412 and 44 cents. That's crazy. It went from 1,000 to 13. That's crazy. That was in January 2018. And then after that, it reached its all-time high of 19,783 and 6 cents. That's crazy.
The
Dollars, of course. That was in 2017, still the end of 2017.
Gone down from that to 13,000 in January then.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
a lot of money.
yeah, that was in
2018.
2018 was 13,000, and then
Yeah.
2017 19,000, almost 20,000.
So the year before.
Yeah, the year is like the
Yeah,
other
it
way
went
around.
so it went up and then went down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still very crazy though. Now, present time, 2020 and present. Okay, so with the pandemic, everything changed. There was more interest in cryptocurrency, and there was around 83% increase in the number of account sign-ups over the week of Bitcoin's price collapse. Then, as a result, buyers were looking to capitalize on the low price. Okay, so then on March 13th,
The low price of $13,000.
that's very crazy still. But on March 13th of 2020, Bitcoin fell below 4,000 during a broad COVID-19 pandemic-related market sell-off, after trading above 10,000 in February 2020. So it went
in a
from
month it dropped by like
it's
$5,000.
crazy. This is just very crazy. Right now, right now? Well, not right now. I have no idea right now how much this is, like, Bitcoin is right now.
You can probably Google it.
Okay, we can do that at the end. And then, well, as I said before, PayPal now receives in the US that all users in the US can buy, hold, or sell Bitcoin using PayPal. So how can you, I wonder how can you do that?
Because when you use PayPal, you link your bank account to it, so you can probably use PayPal to transfer money from a bank account towards Bitcoin.
But I don't think PayPal offers, do you want to buy Bitcoin?
Well, they probably offer it.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's crazy because I know that PayPal, I think you can like exchange, for example, American dollars to any other currency.
Yeah, so maybe it's
But
the
I don't
same
know if
idea.
it's the same with Bitcoin. It's crazy though. Do you want to spend $40,000 on?
Well, I think
on
you
Bitcoin?
can buy like portions of a coin. You don't have to. I don't think it's just
Like cents?
Yeah, I don't think it's like you have to buy one coin. You can buy like a tenth or something like that.
Wow, that's crazy. Still,
Yeah,
like that would be more than
still
probably
like $1,000.
yeah, 5,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Depending on how much you want, right? And on November 30th, 2020, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high again. That's $19,860. And that is higher than the one from December 2017. Then Elon Musk came along and he tweeted something like, in retrospect, it was inevitable. #Bitcoin. So that caused the price to briefly rise about $5,000 in an hour to $37,299.
Jesus.
That's crazy. And then he also announced that you were gonna be able to. He purchased. Actually, Tesla purchased the company. Tesla's announcement was that they bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin and plan to start accepting Bitcoin as payment for vehicles. And then that pushed the Bitcoin price to another all-time high of $44,141.
Crazy.
Man, but you said that now they don't do
as
it.
of like last week, I think.
Last week, really?
Yeah.
I wonder how many cars they sold with Bitcoin. So you could use one Bitcoin to purchase a Tesla? Or how much is a
'cause
Tesla car?
I think the highest that Bitcoin's ever been was like $60,000, and a Tesla's like 150.
Okay, then just
2.5.
2.5, three Bitcoin. Yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. And well, lastly, I'm gonna check right now how much it is, but again, Elon Musk, that was in February 2021. Right now, I know that he's invested. Like he really likes that Dogecoin, Dogecoin. I don't even know how it's called, but he said that owning Tesla, Elon Musk said that owning Bitcoin was only a little better than holding conventional cash, but that the slight difference made it a better asset to hold. This is what, according to Wikipedia, he said. I never read that because I'm not following him. But do you agree with that statement?
I mean, if you have the money to lose, yes.
Like, yeah, if you have money to throw, like, make it rain, right?
Yeah, like if they spent $1.5 billion on Bitcoin, and I mean,
that's a lot.
If you have the money to burn, because he doesn't have to worry about it. Oh no, it's gonna lose value because he has more money, right? But for the average person that dumps their life savings into it and then it crashes, below $4,000, they're screwed, right?
Yeah. So right now, one Bitcoin equals 54,499.49 well, $49. No.
We'll change it to American. Let's see.
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's a different currency. United States. So read it.
So $45,126.
So.
Yeah.
American dollars. Man, that's still pretty high.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh yeah, it's a ton of money.
That is ridiculous. But some people, I don't even know. I think some people have Bitcoin from long ago.
Yeah.
And man, like right now, if they have like 100 Bitcoin, that is this much. It's 4 million.
Check the one guy who paid $10,000 for pizza. I want to see how much that is now.
Oh my God, that's...
Just hit enter so it actually shows up in a big number, I think. Or will
no.
It? No, of course not.
That's 10,000, right?
Yeah.
What's that? 45 billion? Or 451
how many
million?
How many zeros is there?
So here are 3. And there's another... Yeah,
$451 million.
Yeah.
That's some expensive pizza.
It's almost
$500 million.
$500 million.
Yeah.
$500 million, yeah. Man, oh man.
Hope it was good.
Okay, so mining, because I still have that in my mind. Bitcoin mining is the process of creating new Bitcoin by solving a computational puzzle. Bitcoin mining is necessary. So yeah, it's just a very complex puzzle. And that's necessary to maintain the ledger of transactions upon which Bitcoin is based. Miners have become very sophisticated over the last several years, using complex machinery to speed up mining operations. That means a lot of video cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. Do you know anything else about Bitcoin? Because
I know the one interesting thing I remember is that when you first get Bitcoin, you get a unique like access code.
A key.
And that you only get that one key.
If you miss it,
and that key is your access to your Bitcoin. So if you lose your key, there's no way to generate a new one. There's no way to retrieve it. It's basically gone.
And, like in your money too.
And I was reading that they estimate that 20% of all Bitcoin in existence right now is just in limbo because people lost their access keys.
Oh my God. And how much is that? Do you know?
I don't know how much there is, but it's probably a lot.
What? That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, because I remember reading that somebody...
Can someone find it at any point? I wonder.
It's a digital thing, so it's on your hard drive. So for an example, if you just format your hard drive, not thinking about it, without backing it up, there goes your key.
Oh my God.
Which actually happened to one person who had, I think, like 1 million Bitcoin or something like that.
No way.
And he had an old hard drive and he forgot that that's where it was, and he formatted it and he lost all of that.
Man, that's awful. That's awful.
Yeah.
Wow. And I don't even know nowadays if people are buying one Bitcoin.
I doubt it.
Only millionaires probably. Yeah. Because can you imagine, I want to buy one Bitcoin and that's like almost $50,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. It's insane. And it's also very scary because if you buy that and then the next day is 30 cents.
You can lose all of it very, very easily.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope this doesn't disappear because it's quite exciting to change this money concept. But I think something better needs to come along that has the best out of everything, you know? And hopefully that happens. And obviously, I mean, we don't know that much about Bitcoin. This is just like a briefish history about that, you know, the creator and some interesting things about Bitcoin and roughly how it works, because it's so technical, it's so difficult to explain. And I spent probably like a day and something, not the entire day, but a few hours reading about it, and I was like, oh my God, how can you simplify this? You know?
It's a pretty complicated thing.
Yeah. If I explain this to our parents, they're gonna be like, your parents or my mom. Yeah, it will be like, what? But what's Bitcoin? You know, at the end. But what is it? What is it? And it's crazy that anything can change the value.
Yeah.
If someone, for example, Elon Musk says, oh, you know what? I feel like doing something with Bitcoin or not, then that changes the value. That happened to the Dogecoin, right?
Well, it happened to Bitcoin as well, because when he said that he's not going to allow it anymore, it dropped like quite a bit. It went down from 60,000 or something to 50.
Yeah, but the last one with him and SNL, that he went there.
Oh yeah, it like tanked the price.
Man, and sometimes I think they do it on purpose so they can get more.
Of course, so they buy
the value.
Yeah, they buy more at a cheaper price, so when it goes back up, they make more money. Yeah,
exactly.
It's the same thing, that it's just manipulating the market, just like they do with the stocks.
yeah,
you
like
know?
the
Well,
GameStop
just any,
situation too.
yeah, just any stocks in general. Like if they get wind that it's gonna tank, and then they just start selling off. So everybody thinks it's gonna crash.
Mm.
Everybody starts selling, drives the price down, and then they buy it all back.
That's insane. That's
You
insane.
know? That's-
And the people who have not much money and invest,
They
they're the
lose
ones
everything, yeah.
who lose a lot.
yeah, rich people are not your friends. They-
The thing is that rich people can help a lot of other people,
Well,
and it's just sad
they
that that
don't.
doesn't happen. And well, that's a topic for a different podcast. We can talk about capitalism, right, and other other things related to billionaires, specifically billionaires. Like, that is insane that
Yeah.
someone can be a billionaire and nobody can do anything about it, you know?
yeah.
Like, they could end hunger in different parts of the
Yeah.
world. The
Yeah,
world's
pretty much,
hunger,
yeah.
pretty much.
They could do a lot of good with that money and still have
Still
enough
have
money
on-
to never
yeah.
have to work a
This
day
is-
in their life, but
Yeah. Just a bit sad.
they just
that
choose not
happens.
to. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just it's just a crazy world. And I hope we get better, you know? And overall, we humans, I hope that we get better. We help each other. We become better human beings. Beans. Beings. And eat your beans because they're really good for you too. But yeah, that's it. Anything else you would like to add?
No,
No?
that's good.
That's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you for watching, guys. If you watched this after the live stream, thank you so much for doing that as well. Remember that you can subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time we do this. Thank you again. You can recommend different topics as well. I know that Bitcoin is a bit tricky even for us, like for everybody. And we tried our best, or I tried my best to explain. And you also added very helpful information. So yeah, thank you again. Take care of yourselves. Be safe, and we'll see you next time. Adios. Adios, amigos.